Indigo Williams. He's part of the thriving RoundHouse Poetry Collective. Some of them here tonight. So as well as doing music, as well as releasing music, songwriters, bands, producers, RoundHouse Records has ambitions to kind of bring in lots of different art forms, and one of them is poetry and spoken word, and really kind of pushing the boundaries on how music and spoken word can be used together. So it's very exciting. So the rest of this year we're going to be working with Indigo and Sean in the studio with some top producers to kind of develop that idea and be experimental, be creative. So I'm going to welcome to the stage Indigo Williams.
Hello everybody! You guys enjoyed yourself so far? Yeah! Good to hear that. Alright, the first poem I'm going to do for you guys is called The Monarchy. This is really loud. I'm very loud, I'm going to warn you now. Brilliant, thank you. These streets were built with cracks in them, so there's no surprise that kids fall in them. These cemented blocks are like check boxes, keeping their minds in check. For this is a game of kings and pawns where you can only move forward on the board if you own a block. Around here, young boys are like ticking bombs, counting upwards, waiting to explode with a new death toll. I saw him rolling around the rim, and so I asked him, "What are you waiting for?" He said, "I saw my father fall through them cracks. I'm just waiting to see if he'll come back." An older boy said, "They never do. You might as well just turn your back." He had eyes of a boy that had seen it all. He wasn't afraid of the cracks because he wasn't afraid to fall. Life had taught him it was inevitable, but he said, "Here's the thing. You can die a pauper, or you can die a king. Because life is ruled by monarchy, and we are the peasants of society. Walking statistics that can be manipulated or erased. Assets appreciated in the eyes of lone mothers, but liabilities to the officers that have to account. On their sheets we never balance out, so they subtract freedom and multiply the years, because every good accountant knows you can make any bad figure disappear. But on these streets here, we are kings. And I am royalty, because on the end of my gun, people bow before me. Tell me, who can stand before me without the click of my finger? I bend metal and twist bones until they become gravestones. Society, now you see me, because you fear me, but know you gave this voice to me, so hear me in the sound of a bullet ricocheting through a young boy's ribcage. See me in the eyes of a mother who has buried her son, and now her eternal night has begun. Come on, crucify me with another news story. Extra, extra, read all about it. Young black male, there goes another. Young black male, no name, no face, just a hoodie and a guilty plea, there goes another. Front page blood story. You may nail me to your cross, but understand that I will resurrect in the form of another black boy. You can't erase me. Our blood stains, you see. Our blood runs like niggas fleeing from a lynching. Runs like streams through the cracks that have been built in our dreams. You may cage me. Give me another aspo. Just as long as you know that these roads are our roads, so we will fight for these streets. Yes, we will die for these streets. But they are the only thing that have ever given us a place in this monarchy. The closest thing I have to an identity, so yes, I will die to be me. I may have been born a pauper, but you don't know I'm a die a king. I asked him, what's the point of living if living is just a war? He laughed at me. He laughed at me and said, "Lady, they say you've been helpless in a war, so what more can you expect when you're living behind hell's doors?" The younger boy arose from his crouch on the floor and said, "Knight me. Knight me into your kingdom if truly I am a heir to a throne." I warned him, "Little boy, every kingdom can be overthrown." He said, "Maybe so. But standing by these cracks have become tedious. I was born a pauper. I would rather die a king." Shadows and bricks. Thanks.
Wow.
I don't do vulnerable very well. I've never been one to wear my heart on my sleeve. I believe there is a reason the heart is caged, so I have guarded. But before my heart became a prisoner behind the walls of my ribs, before fear took me hostage and kept me jumping to the clicks of its gun, I was open to a world made of glass. A world where transparency was the only shade of skin. Where fashion meant to wear your soul inside out, and every sleeve came with a heart. Words were never things to doubt, but things to be declared, so I declared them. Made the impossible sound sensible. Held infinity on the tips of my tongue and molded worlds in the palms of my imagination. I was the beginning of creation. But then it came. Like the morning rising with a new awakening. It's unmistakable. The day a child realizes that life isn't fair. And there is no such thing as transparency. Not everyone that sparkles is made of light. Every man can cast a shadow, but some men wear theirs as skin. You see, life will throw you punches that will leave your ribs broken and your lungs winded. So be prepared to hold your breath, because have you ever tried inhaling with a chest full of broken pieces? It's like earthquakes erupting, like daddy hitting mommy, like shadows raping children, like knowing the world will never be the same. Because in that moment, time stole infinity from your tongue and hung your imagination with a rope of ordinary. So now we don't touch the same because we don't love the same. Life has left us jaded and twisted like an ex-lover's kiss. We are still entangled in. Please, free me. Take this bitter taste from my tongue and give me back infinity. Hearts were never meant to jump to the shotgun's affair, so today I am stabbing this pen into my veins and letting the contents of my heart pour out onto this page I am writing in blood. Not with pretty words or metaphors to make you all adore my clauses. I don't need you to applaud for me. I need you to hear me, feel me, make waves with me, because this is more than 3 to 4 minutes on a stage. This is taking the hands of every child and telling them, no, life isn't made of glass, but every brick house needs a glass window, and no, you will never be able to escape your shadow. But never let the darkest part of you be the greatest. And never stop loving, never stop declaring, never let anything make you believe that life is nothing but shadows and bricks.